You hear the word pickle and you can't help but pucker up. And for the next week, get ready to hear it a lot as Naples plays host to the U.S. Open Pickleball Championship. And this has us in a pickle. Our feature story is Pickle Play. The sport's best and brightest are in town this week, mixed in with locals hoping for a home court advantage.
I never thought in a million years I'd be playing in the U.S. Open. I played last year at the 3-5 level, and the competition was tough. I was shocked as to how good the people were from all over the United States, all over the world.
Next up, a twist on our theme. A Fort Myers man has a hobby you can sink your teeth into. He pickles peppers, along with a lot of other things.
I have a jar of just straight up, pickled baby cucumbers. You can see all the different spices in there. You can see how that liquid is cloudy. That's cloudy because of the bacteria are floating around in there.
Then we hit the streets and took a poke at a popular pickle expression. If you had to guess, what do you think it means to be in a pickle? We'll have those stories along with the latest in our Positively Healthy Medical series. I'm Amy Osher, and this is Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. Thanks for joining us. An international field of competitors are descending on Naples with pickleball paddles in hand, ready to do battle. The sport with a funny name is no joke, especially for the hometown crowd. All eyes in the pickleball world will be on Naples this week as Southwest Florida enjoys its time in the spotlight, or sunlight as it happens.
Everybody I know is playing from Southwest Florida in either one event, two events, all the way up to 5 events. So Southwest Florida has a great representation.
Dominic Catalano is part of the action, serving as both coach and player in the 2018 U.S. Open Pickleball Championship. He's seen the sport and the competition grow by leaps and bounds in the 3 years since the tournament landed in Naples.
We're going from, I believe it was just over 900 players the first year for the U.S. Open. Last year was 1,200, and now this year we have 2,000 players.
It used to be a social sport favored by retirees. Now the game's netting younger players as well.
It's more people that are working during the day, and you're seeing a lot of play in the evening now.
Truth is, these public tennis ball courts have virtually surrendered to the paddle sport. The game is so popular here that a lot of locals will likely be bringing home medals.
A couple teams that I work with, there's Jay Ortlip and Leslie Bernard, who are 2 very good players playing at the 4-0 level. They're a team to be reckoned with. And then another couple is Sandy Metzler and her partner Jerry Sloan that are going to make some noise.
This is Leslie Bernard's second stab at pickleball glory.
I played last year at the 3-5 level, and the competition was tough. I was shocked as to how good the people were from all over the United States, all over the world.
Her game plan is simple.
I'm a very positive person, and I try and stay energized and really upbeat with my partner, because where else do you get this opportunity? It's such an incredible venue, and we're really fortunate that it's right here in our backyard.
We try and say it's not an advantage, but it can be an advantage.
Yep, being the home team definitely carries some sway.
We get to play outside all year, and we're used to kind of the heat. And then another aspect always when everyone comes down here, the first thing they say is, wow, it's windy down here. We're used to playing in the wind though, so.
If all the players and all the hours spent count for anything, Southwest Florida ballers may be standing tall on the pinnacle of pickleball play.
We play and we teach the game the right way, and that it shows when come the medal stand and you see a lot of Southwest Florida players on the medal stands.
The game of pickleball is fairly new compared to pickles, which have been around since ancient times. And while millions of people have a ball playing this sport, we found a guy who has just as much fun pickling.
My name is Brian Just, and I'm a plant breeder by profession, but I'm a fermentation revivalist, and I like to pickle things.
A proud pickler, Brian Just is a wizard with a fermentation crock.
Well, you can really pickle almost any vegetable you can think of. But the ones that I do most commonly, I like cucumbers, pickled cucumbers, which most people just call a pickle, and cabbages, like I like to do sauerkrauts, But I usually mix a few other things in there other than cabbage too. Like the one I have over there has kale mixed into it and shredded rutabaga as well.
Nothing escapes his grasp or his sense of fun.
I do pickle peppers, and I have some hot peppers pickled.
Brian's briny veggies are far different than what you'll find on store shelves. Most of those are vinegar-based. His are fermented. It creates a different reaction.
What I do is I do fermented pickles, which it just provides a different acid. It's a process by which the bacteria that naturally exist in the vegetables, you culture them by putting it into a brine solution, and the bacteria then ferment the sugars that are in the cucumbers, and the byproduct of that kind of fermentation is lactic acids.
His passion for pickling is clear, and he clearly relishes the process.
So really what you do is you just start out by filling out, you don't need a fermentation crock, but it really helps a lot. So, and I've got 3 different sizes of these. I have a 5-gallon, I've got a 3-gallon, and this 1-gallon one. And you fill it up with the vegetable that you're going to ferment, and then you pour a salt water mixture on top, and then you can add various spices. I add like mustard seed, coriander, some allspice, maybe some cloves, whatever I've got in the spice cabinet at the time. And then I also put grape leaves in there to provide tannins, which keeps the pickle crunchy. And then so you pour the salt water and and your spices and your additives in there, and then you put these weights on top, and then you cover it up like that, and then you wait.
Most things are ready in a week or so.
I brought you out a couple of different things. I have a jar of just straight up, pickled baby cucumbers, and you can see all the different spices in there.
The homebrew varieties are brightly colored.
Now this is a pickled hot pepper. It's a pickled wax pepper, and I put it in a glass so you can see the color of the brine. It's pink.
And chock full of goodness.
This is a sauerkraut that I made, and a lot of times
you'd think his family would enjoy the pickings.
My wife loves pickles, loves to eat my pickles. My daughter loves to eat my pickles, but my son still doesn't really care for them that much. So.
To make his point, he assembled the fam plus a friend to taste test.
Okay, you ready? Go for it.
They didn't get past his fermented ginger beer, except daughter Frankie, who kind of shares his pastime.
He keeps it mostly in the man cave fridge.
As for 10-year-old Owen, he turns up his nose to everything.
Because I'm a picky person.
Their friend Anna Lucia is a little prickly about it.
I don't like pickles, so I didn't want to try most of the stuff. I don't like pickles.
One thing you tried, you kind of liked?
A little bit. It was spicy.
There's one last item on the table, fermented milk.
This one is one of my favorite ones. It's called kefir, and it's made slightly different. You add, this one is made by fermenting milk. It's just regular organic milk that I use, whole milk. And I put in these little things here, which are, they're small cultures of bacteria and yeast cells kind of mixed together.
Even the dog won't try that one. But for Brian, it's a blend of perfect imprecision, piqued by the prospect of something new and delicious.
I don't measure anything. I just like reach in and I taste them, and if they taste good enough, then they're done.
A phone book, a pager, a VHS tape, they're all totally foreign to kids growing up today, and so are some expressions, like the phrase, in a pickle. We wondered if anyone born in the last 20 years had any inkling what it meant. If you had to guess, what do you think it means to be in a pickle?
To be tiny.
I don't know. I don't know what it means.
In a problem?
It is. Have you ever been in a pickle?
Yes.
Did you just guess, or have you heard that before?
I've heard it before.
Do you think in a pickle is a good thing or a bad thing?
Good.
A bad thing?
Bad thing?
Do you think you've ever been in a pickle?
No.
Okay, it is a bad thing. It's not a good place to be. You don't want to be in a pickle. What would you do if you were in a pickle?
I would scream everywhere and throw stuff everywhere.
That's a good thing to do. That'll get you out of the pickle, I guess. As your friend can tell you, it's not so good. It means you're in a bad position. You're in a bad spot. So have you ever heard anybody other than me ask you what it means to be in a pickle?
No.
If you had to guess, do you think that's something your grandmother would say, your parents, or kids your age? Who would kind of say that?
My grandma?
Have you ever used the phrase in a pickle?
No.
Would you ever use it? Is it kind of cool or you think it sounds old?
It sounds cool.
Do you like pickles?
No.
In case you were wondering, the in a pickle line dates back to Shakespearean times. It's actually found in his play The Tempest in Act 1, Scene 5. And even back in 1610, it wasn't a good thing. Still ahead, you'd be in a pickle if you came across a pack of pythons. That find shocked even the experts. Our story is up after the break.
Don't miss the final days of Bear's half-off sale. Half off select brands, half off the newest designs. Styles, we've got them all. Classic to coastal, contemporary to cottage, and everything in between. Shop now for half off brands like Natuzzi, Bernhardt, Broyhill, Hooker, and more. Check out these beautiful Stanley designs at 55% savings. $50 million of furniture and accessories ready for immediate delivery. Bear's half off sale. Don't miss the final days.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
Life here is amazing, and so is the joint care. At the Total Joint Center at Physicians Regional Healthcare System, we've changed the experience of joint replacement for good. With our comprehensive joint care program, most hip and knee replacement patients return home in just 2 days, because we know you want to get on with your active life. Pain-free living starts at Physicians Regional Medical Center, Collier Boulevard, and Physicians Regional Medical Center, Pine Ridge.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom-designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida, and now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
The area's only 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're full service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. Only at Physicians Regional Healthcare System.
Is your auto insurance keeping pace with your life? Ask for a AAA triple check insurance review to see if your current policy is still a good fit. An agent will assess changes in your life, like new vehicles or drivers. Make sure you've got the right coverage and all the discounts you deserve. They'll also see how a AAA membership can round out your protection on the road. Plus, provide roadside assistance, discounts, free services, and vacation extras. Ask for your AAA triple check today.
Most think South Florida is a land of plenty, yet 42,000 people in Collier County don't get enough to eat each day, especially when schools out and food pantries run bare. Please support the Satisfy the Hunger Community Food Drive. Check the Naples Daily News and naplesnews.com for details on how you can get involved. Satisfy your appetite for giving by helping your neighbors get a good meal. Sponsored by the Community Foundation and United Way of Collier County, the Richard M. Schultz Family Foundation, and the Naples Daily News.
Like any sport, the game of pickleball comes with a few pitfalls. As the pastimes exploded, so have the number of injuries. Many could be sidestepped if you play it safe. Here's the latest in this week's Positively Healthy. You don't have to be a world-class player to experience a major league injury, chief among them when it comes to pickleball.
I would say most of my patients are prone to getting Achilles tendon or calf strain ruptures.
Dr. Christina Kabosh is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon who specializes in issues involving the foot and ankle. Many times it's the fancy footwork that gets people in trouble.
That pickleball is a very easy sport to learn, and a lot of people who pick up pickleball haven't played tennis in a long time, but in their mind they remember how they played.
Lunging, jumping, twisting, and turning often end bad, but players can avoid these foot faults with proper preparation.
I can't stress the importance of warming up for pickleball enough. And whether that warming up involves walking to the pickleball court, biking to the pickleball court, doing dynamic stretching exercises first.
It's important to get your blood circulating when you loosen up. That goes hand in hand with wearing the right shoe. All too often, people will slip on a running shoe and end up slipping and hurting themselves.
And the problem is running shoes are made for forward to backward balance. They do not have good side-to-side stability. They tend to be higher than a tennis court shoe, and they tend to have better grip than a tennis court shoe. So what happens, especially if you're sliding side to side, is that the edge of that running shoe catches, the ankle rolls, you're more likely to go over and sprain your ankle.
Soft tissue injuries like a calf or ankle sprain usually take between 4 and 6 weeks to heal. That's time on the sidelines that's often avoidable if you put in the time and effort to be a good sport. It would be hard to imagine a situation that would test your reflexes more than stumbling across a pile of pythons, but that's exactly what researchers discovered in Collier County. Greg Stanley's story in the Daily News is really making the rounds. A team with the Conservancy of Southwest Florida was radio tracking a male python, hoping he would lead them to breeding females. And they recently got an unbelievable payoff. A Burmese python they call Argo led them to an egg-laying female who was surrounded by a pack of willing males. 8 males in total. It's called a breeding aggregate, and this is the first time it's been seen in Collier. Researchers grabbed the snakes, euthanizing all but Argo, who was released again. Head over to naplesnews.com to check out the full story and find out what this means about the spread of pythons in Southwest Florida. The environment is just one of the beats we cover here at the Naples Daily News. Here's a look at other stories on our radar.
Thanks, Amy. I'm Shelby Reynolds. I'm a food reporter at the Naples Daily News. National Pretzel Day is coming up on April 26th, so I looked at some of the best places to get these warm, twisty treats in Southwest Florida. I visited the Philly Pretzel Factory in North Naples, where they prepare the Philadelphia-style crispy pretzels, and I also visited the German deli spot in Estero, where a 76-year-old German woman has been preparing the authentic Bavarian-style pretzels all her life. Find out what makes these treats so good in Wednesday's Naples Daily News or online at naplesnews.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley Collins. I'm a reporter with the Collier Citizen. This past week, I worked on another hashtag Live Southwest Florida. I featured Brambles Tea Room and Gift Shop right on 5th Avenue South in downtown Naples. Of course, if you haven't heard yet, the royal wedding is happening on May 19th between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So I decided to get into the spirit of things and try out the tea room where I had a scone, I had 4-finger sandwiches, and of course tea. It was quite a fun experience. So for more on this story and to find out how you can celebrate the royal wedding at Brambles, visit naplesnews.com.
Hey everyone, Dave Osborne here. I'm the features editor of the Naples Daily News. I just interviewed Mike Mills. He's one of the founding members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member band REM, bass player. He is going to be here with his good friend, fellow Macon, Georgia native, Robert McDuffie. They'll be performing at Artist Naples. It's something that Mike Mills wrote. It's called Concerto for Violin, Rock Band, and String Orchestra. They'll be at Artist Naples on April 29th. Tickets are on sale still. They start at $15. Check it out. We'll see you soon.
I'm Harriet Heighthouse, arts and entertainment writer for the Naples Daily News and naplesnews.com. This week, I talked to 2 people who are anxiously awaiting the visit of a cat. And this isn't just any cat. This is a cat that is at least 10 centuries old and was born on Marco Island and is now in the Smithsonian. We don't think his original name was Marco, but he's known as the Marco cat. And the Smithsonian is bringing him or her and at least half a dozen other objects from that era that were found right here to Marco next year. Read about it in today's Naples Daily News and naplesnews.com.
Brent Batten gets the last word, and he's here with our weekly commentary. Brent.
Thanks, Amy. An important date passed on the calendar last week. Did you notice? Right after you dropped your taxes in the mailbox at 11:59 p.m. on April 17th, you could have started celebrating National Columnist Day on April 18th. Inexplicably, this National Day goes by every year with little fanfare. Columnists don't get invited to the White House or the governor's mansion. Heck, we don't even get a free meal at Denny's, or a day all to ourselves. According to the National Day calendar, April 18th is also National Lineman Day and National Animal Cracker Day. I don't mind sharing recognition with the people who restore power after a storm, but animal crackers? Adding insult to injury, we columnists only get a day. Some groups get an entire week's worth of recognition. April is also the month for International Pooper Scooper Week and International Mullet Toss Week. Please. The National Calendar of Days says you should celebrate National Columnist Day by acknowledging all the people who do the research and write the columns that we rely on reading each day. They say you should share your favorite columnist on social media using hashtag National Columnist Day. I've got a better idea. Buy him a beer or lunch at Denny's. Better yet, send your favorite newspaper columnist a card, preferably one of the ones that doubles as a money holder, if you get my drift. You can find them in the Happy Belated National Columnist Day aisle at the card store, right next to the Merry International Pooper Scooper Week section. I'm Brent Batten. Be sure to read my columns on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in the Naples Daily News. Check me out on Facebook, and as always, thanks for watching.
Coming up, a hot dog and a ball game sound like a perfect pairing. But what about one guy and 25 dogs? Yes, he did. That's ahead on Behind the Headlines.
Most think South Florida is a land of plenty, yet 42,000 people in Collier County don't get enough to eat each day, especially when schools out and food pantries run bare. Please support the Satisfy the Hunger Community Food Drive. Check the Naples Daily News and naplesnews.com for details on how you can get involved. Satisfy your appetite for giving by helping your neighbors get a good meal. Sponsored by the Community Foundation and United Way of Collier County, the Richard M. Schultz Family Foundation, and the Naples Daily News.
The area's only 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're full service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. Only at Physicians Regional Healthcare System.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida. And now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
Life here is amazing, and so is the joint care. At the Total Joint Center at Physicians Regional Healthcare System, we've changed the experience of joint replacement for good. With our comprehensive joint care program, most hip and knee replacement patients return home in just 2 days, because we know you want to get on with your active life. Pain-free living starts at Physicians Regional Medical Center, Collier Boulevard, and Physicians Regional Medical Center, Pine Ridge.
Is your auto insurance keeping pace with your life? Ask for a AAA triple check insurance review to see if your current policy is still a good fit. An agent will assess changes in your life, like new vehicles or drivers. Make sure you've got the right coverage and all the discounts you deserve. They'll also see how a AAA membership can round out your protection on the road. Plus, provide roadside assistance, discounts, free services, and vacation extras. Ask for your AAA triple check today.
Don't miss the final days of Bears Half Off Sale. Half off select brands. Half off the newest designs. Styles, we've got them all. Classic to coastal, contemporary to cottage, and everything in between. Shop now for half off brands like Natuzzi, Bernhardt, Broyhill, Hooker, and more. Check out these beautiful Stanley designs at 55% savings. $50 million of furniture and accessories ready for immediate delivery. There's half off sale. Don't miss the final days.
It's said necessity is the mother of invention. Well, that's what fueled a group of students in Everglades City, and their creative effort landed them a direct invitation to an international robotics competition. The robocall came as a result of this. Students at the village school were dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Irma and decided to make something that could help drain water from flooded homes, something that would work without electricity. Working off the Archimedes screw, which was devised by the ancient Greeks to pump out water, the kids earned a trip to the first robotics elementary and middle school international competition next month in California. They aren't the only robo teams headed for big things. A team from Seacrest County Day School also got the call, qualifying for the High School World Championship. This is the second straight year for them. The Community School of Naples is also heading on. Annika Hammerschlag covered this story for the Daily News. You can find it online at naplesnews.com. I don't know what to say about eating 25 hot dogs in one sitting. But Californian Pablo Martinez must have been driven by his hunger to win the famous Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, held each year on the 4th of July at Coney Island. He gulped down more than 24 dogs in under 10 minutes, winning the qualifier and earning a spot in this year's Big Food Fest. The Nathan's sanctioned event was held at Hammond Stadium before the Miracles game last weekend. The news press captured the action for us. It's doubtful there were any pickles on those buns. Can't top that one, so we'll sign off on this week's show. Thank you for joining us. You're always welcome to catch up on past editions by logging on to naplesnews.com. We rolled out a new website last week. On the homepage, scroll down to Quick Links and select Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. See you back here next week. In the first place, what made you decide you wanted to start pickling?
Well, actually, it's kind of a long story, you know, I was having some digestive problems after having been on antibiotics for a while, and I was reading about different things you could do to mitigate those problems, and eating fermented foods was very high on the list of how to overcome those kind of problems.
I heard fermented foods is kind of like currently in vogue for being good for your digestive system.
Yes, it's very good for your digestive system. The bacteria that do the fermentation are a class of bacteria that you actually want in your system. That you want it helps you in your digestive system and many other things.
His passion for pickling is clear, and he clearly relishes the process. I cracked myself up. If there was a prize, we would give you a pickle.